So, as for Uptober, right? It is here. We're in the 42nd week, and it is one of the most bullish weeks for Bitcoin, right? We know this. It's not like history has to repeat, but like I always say, it tends to rhyme, and it tends to rhyme at the right times. And this is definitely one of those times. This is one of those weeks where Bitcoin does extremely well. And if we're following last year, well, then we have a lot of weeks to go. Last year, we had 8 consecutive weeks of up. And it just kept going and going and going and going. And we're following that. We're going to end the year quite tremendously good, right? So, and here's the thing. You look at it, last year, the week after this week is even better, right? So let's see what happens. But this year so far, off to a really good start. And so far, everything is aligning. All the numbers are supporting it. We're not just going up randomly, right? We're looking at all the conditions, everything, the fundamentals, the charts, everything that I've been saying for a long time and people have been ignoring, and the naysayers and the fudders, they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You say the same thing every day. Well, I mean, I do, but they're correct, Here's an example. Open interest on the futures now hit all-time high. What does this mean? The big boys, the institutions, Wall Street, they've been buying, and now it's very apparent that the FOMO is kicking in, right? They're the ones that's buying futures, not retail investors. It's not like the average Joes are FOMOing on CME futures. No, retail doesn't care about futures. It's those Wall Street types, right? They are the ones that are buying futures. So that's why it's going up. The interest is going up. So all-time high, obviously, that's good. Hey, Grayscale. Grayscale, normally, their ETF, you only see outflows, right? For whatever reason, people hate Grayscale, or whatever, their parent company, sister company, I don't know. It's just really convoluted. They keep outflowing, but even they are seeing inflows now for 2 consecutive days. That's pretty positive. And you know what else is positive? Everything else. Yesterday wasn't a great day for most funds, but guess what? Larry Fink is like, we're going to make it a great day. BlackRock themselves almost took in 300 million. So yesterday, net inflow 371 million. So you add the 3 days, yesterday, the day before, and Friday, you're looking at $1 billion worth of inflow. That's just 3 days. $1 billion, and it's only going to increase from here, right? It's not going to stop. It's going to keep on going. So all this adds up. Even though sometimes, again, I show you these inflows and the price doesn't go up. Sometimes the price goes down, right? Sometimes it seems like I talk about these things and it doesn't matter, but it does. Because there's only so much Bitcoin to go around, okay? There's only so many out there. And when you remove a large amount from the circulating supply, eventually there's an effect. It causes a toll and the price goes up. So you just have to be patient. But there is an effect, right? There is effect. So what we're seeing right now, obviously, the price is going up. It's causing more FOMO. It's causing the inflows to accelerate. And I do think we're seeing that effect. It's like a, I don't know what you call it, but we're seeing that circulating effect, I guess. So I do think we're going to see more of this happen as we move further in October and November and December. We're going to see this accelerate. We're going to see the numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then we'll drive the price higher. I don't really need to talk about Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy because we know how well they are doing, but you know what? It's hard to kind of not talk about them in a bull market because they're just killing it. They're absolutely killing it. So we just talk about them anyways. Yeah, 1,500% since 2020. Obviously outperforming everything in the S&P 500, even NVIDIA, which seems impossible. That's right. Even with NVIDIA and its hyper growth because of AI, because of all the chips that they're selling and every data center and every tech company buying every chip that they produce. And I just talked about Amazon buying, getting into nuclear power because of AI and their data centers. Despite all that, MicroStrategy is still outperforming them because of their Bitcoin strategy, right? That's how amazing it is because Michael Saylor embraced Bitcoin. That's it. That's all you need to do. Embrace Bitcoin. That's it. And I did say this earlier this week or maybe last week. I said this last week, right? I just said this last week because on the left is a chart of MicroStrategy and on the right is a chart of Bitcoin. And earlier this week or last week, MicroStrategy broke through their March high. Now they have retraced since then. But still, it's important because Wall Street pumped them up to the moon. They shattered through their March high. Bitcoin has not done that yet, but I did say MicroStrategy is kind of like a precursor to what Bitcoin is about to do, right? So they obviously broke through their previous high. So Bitcoin is just a matter of time. We do the same thing. We're not that far off. We're like 10% off. We're less than 10% off from breaking our previous high from March, right? So MicroStrategy did it. Bitcoin's going to do it. It's just a matter of time. In fact, we could do it by the end of this week. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We just need a little more push. So again, Saylor is leading the way with his company stock. We could see that this week, right? The similarities are uncanny. Looks very, very similar. Saylor could do a little more because he could keep borrowing money. He could keep borrowing money and buy more Bitcoin with it. So that's what Wall Street loves, right? You could do that with your own Bitcoin, but it's very dangerous. I don't suggest doing that. But that's why MicroStrategy has been doing so well, because he has the ability to borrow a lot of money, billions upon billions, to buy more Bitcoin with it. In a bear market, it's really, really risky, but in a bull market, it seems like it's a genius move.